Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to this Extreme Warfare Revenge series. My name is Andy, your commentator for episode number 35, I think it is, of the series. I don't know episode number on. I can't keep count, I keep forgetting. But anyway, that doesn't matter. What does matter is what we're going to be doing in this video, which is going to be exactly the same as most of the other videos in this series. So we're going to be booking, if I can get my words out, the next two shows. So the next episode of Warfare and the next episode of Outrage as we continue the fallout from Primal Rage and start the build to our December event. Now I'm recording this on the 14th of December 2024, so the same day as Saturday night's main event is going to be featured. Also, there'll probably be an episode of Collision and one or two other bits and bobs going on. But that is the real world. This is the fictional world. We're on the Sunday the 1st of December, so we're a little bit behind real time, but by the end of this video, if I actually get on with it, we shall be only a week behind. Anyway, let's stop ranting and raving about rubbish and actually do something. So, as you can see there, as I said, we're on Sunday the 1st of December, so we're going to be moving on to Monday, for those of you that don't know how days work. And no doubt when that happens, it will be, we'll get a lot of emails about promotions changing size and what have you. Now, before I do progress, there's just one thing I want to mention, and that is sponsorship, something I haven't talked about for a while. Now, if you have a long-term view of the series, first of all, I apologise. And second of all, you will know that I keep banging on about wanting to get better sponsors. So you can see here the 4 sponsors that we've got. So the highest one in terms of revenue gives us $400,000 per show. Now that is obviously still quite high and quite good, but there are better ones available. So if we just do a quick search, let's put the minimum pay up to about $350. About $350, should have timed that job better. Right, so you can see there we've got 3 sponsors that all give us more money than the highest sponsor that we've currently got. They're all in well over the 400,000s. Now, I think what's happening is in the past when I keep saying I could have sworn sponsors are available, I think I'm checking on the 1st of the month. The sponsors, the contracts are expiring. That the promotions that these sponsors sponsor are expiring, and then they're just getting renewed straight away. So I suspect when I check on the 2nd, when we finally get to the 2nd, when I stop babbling on, that those sponsors will disappear. But I will check, because hopefully we can get better sponsors. Having said that, we are making quite a lot of money, so we don't need to worry too much about it. But obviously, you can never have too much money. Some people would say. Also, before I do move on, I just want to do one thing. As it is the 1st of the month, we can adjust our merchandising and advertising. You can only do that on the 1st of the month. So I'm going to bump the advertising up to 82%. And I'll bump the merchandising up too, why not, to 53%. Yeah, I want to try, I'm determined to get 1,000 people to come to either an Outrage or a Warfare taping. So hopefully putting the advertising up may help me achieve that dream. Right, let's get on with it. Let's finally move on. Let's move on to the 2nd. So how many companies are going to change size, do we think? As long as it's not us, I'm not bothered, because we're on the precipice of, we're only just national, like we have been for a while. Right then, so Rise has been renewed, so that's good. Impact Wrestling's been renewed, because of course it has. Impact will never die, which is a good thing, of course. Gives people more chance of employment. Okay, so House of Hardcore's owners have quit. Fair enough. And that's probably because they've fallen to cult level. I would imagine they go hand in hand. So yeah, the weekly battle emails. So no doubt, yeah, we have more star power. They're better workers. We're more professional because, of course, House of Hardcore. So actually, this is different. So we have more star power. We have more star power and we are more professional. So I think in terms of the workers thing, I'm guessing we're the same. So that's interesting. So hiring Kevin Nash and Scott Hall wasn't the best idea I've ever had House of Hardcore, but hey ho. AW have signed Caprice Coleman. NGPW have signed Steve Prazak. No jokes there. Matt Riddle's gone to WoW. Okay. Why not? Gregorian Pring has gone to Beyond. John Klinger's gone to Chikara. Sin Cara's gone to CMLL. That's good. So, go back to being Mystico, presume. Rob Van Dam's gone left to CMLL. Paige has gone to CZW, as has Jay Lethal. Fair enough. Well, Paige, as long as you keep coming to work for me when I need you to keep our little storyline going. If you want to go and moonlight in CZW, that's up to you. House of Hardcore have released Hale Collins. House of Hardcore have released Randy. Randy? He should go to WoW, shouldn't he, Randy? Let me just say. Anyway, Akada's gone to Shimmer. Why not? Why not, indeed? As has Scott Steiner. That'd be interesting. Scott Steiner in Shimmer. That should go down well. Fair enough. Interesting goings on. Nothing more. Right, okay, so we're already, well, one more day to go, and then we should be at show day, which is good. Ooh, 44 emails, so quite a bit's happened here. So Robert Anthony has gone to WoW. Jay Lethal's left CZW, so once again, I say this every video, but somebody, a promotion signs somebody, and then they immediately get signed by somebody else, and it normally means them leave the promotion. It sometimes means they leave the promotion they've just signed for, which is exactly what just happened there. So, cheers, Jay Lethal. John Davis to Chikara. I had John Davis once on a game I did on my own. I can't remember what it was now, but yeah. There you go. What was I saying? No, Matt Riddle's left WoW already. Fair enough. So don't bother signing Randy. In fact, they should. Why have they fired Randy then? If they're gonna hire Matt Riddle, I don't know. Hunter Fraley. That must be a new regenerated character, surely. There you go, Paige. What was I saying? So Paige went to CZW and then left. Went to House of Hardcore. I imagine there's probably not much difference between those two. Heath Slater, House of Hardcore. Velveteen Dream has left Chikara. Oh, there we go. So they've got a new. They've signed a new owner. Let's see what it is. So Paradise has left House of Hardcore. Bull James, Scott Dawson, Luchasaurus, Lance Anawahi, Hot Young Briley or Breeley. Okay. Bill Carr, Crazy Steve with 2 Z's, Lance Archer, Vic, Mikey, I think that's Spirit Squad Mikey, Kenny, I've got on the Spirit Squad, Nikki, oh no, Ray Buccanara, that was going to be the next one. I don't know what order they said them in. Victoria, yeah, the Blue Meanie, why not? Becky O'Brien has become the new owner. Fair enough, I have no idea who the hell that is. Okay, interesting stuff. I might have a look at these, look at some of those releasees, is that the word? There's people that get released. I'll have a look at that after the video. Anyway, before we record the next one. So, we're now on to Warfare. Now, I haven't done a recap, which I meant to do, but I forgot. But basically, yeah, we're starting the build to our December event, which I have put into the calendar. It's going to be the same day as World's End in real life, the 28th, the day before. Well, they Stardom's big annual event's on the 29th, so I don't know if they're going to stick with that this year. I imagine they will. Anyway, again, real life is not important. What is important is what's going to be happening on this show. So we're going to kick things off with an angle which I didn't think I'd need to do, but it kind of solidifies what happened in the last video. So in the last video, Drew Gulak beat Dominik Dijakovic with the help of Keith Lee. But then Drew Gulak attacked Keith Lee. Now, I wanted that to turn Drew Gulak. I couldn't pick that option for some reason. So now we're going to do the turn here. And it is heel turn. So we're going to do it by turn on partner. So Drew Gulak turns on Keith Lee. So what would happen here is Gulak could be in the ring and he'd say something like, people have been saying to me all week, why, Drew, why? Well, I'll tell you why. I don't need Keith Lee fighting my battles for me. I can, yes, Dominik Dijakovic attacked me. Yes, he took me out of the title match, but I could get my revenge myself. I don't need... And then Keith Lee comes out and he says, well, I was just trying to stand up for you. I wasn't fighting your battles for you. I was having your back like you had mine when we were in the troop and we were battling the glory days. And then Gulak said, hey, don't talk to me about that. The troop only happened because of me. I was the one who recruited people. I was the one who did all this and you stole all the glory, blah, blah, blah. And then they end up fighting and Gulak kind of, I don't know, kicks him in the nuts or something. You get the idea. And then we move on to a match. I was going to say this match for pay-per-view, but we're going to give it away for free. It's going to be Chris Sabin versus Pac. So, of course, in the last pay-per-view, Primal Rage, it was Pac debuted. It was Real One, Enzo Amore in brackets versus Mick Foley. Pac ran in. Everyone thought he would attack Real One because of the history, blah, 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 but he didn't. He shockingly sided with Real One, and now Real One, Enzo Amore in brackets, is now Pac's manager. And this is his first singles match. Of course, Real One, Enzo Amore in brackets had that little bit of a tiff with Chris Sabin in and around the Battle of Los Angeles. I forgot what it was called then. So, of course, Pac's going to win because of interference from Real One, Enzo Amore in brackets, just to really solidify that. However, what's going to happen after the match is Mark Haskins, who's still a heel at this point, is going to run in and save Chris Sabin. Now, I could use this to turn Mark Haskins, but we're not going to do that just yet. We're just going to keep planting a seed as to what's to come. I don't know why I've got this segment next, but we're moving from a potential turn angle, well, a turn angle, a tease turn angle, to a debut. And it's going to be a singles debut as an ally. So Octagon is going to be in the ring. This is what would happen here. So Octagon would come to the ring and he'd say, hey, you know, I've not had much success as a singles wrestler, but when I teamed with Chris Sabin, I quite enjoyed it. I feel like I can still got something to offer as a singles wrestler. Chris Sabin wants to do his own thing. That's fine. But I still want to be in the tag division, so I'm going to need a partner. And I've gone out and found one. And he's a legend. He's an icon, blah, 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 blah. And he is, and then drum roll, please, the Great Sasuke. So the Great Sasuke is going to come in and be Octagon's tag team partner. So I have set them up as a team. I've given them a gimmick and a team name. But we'll get back to that after the booking. So yeah, so Great Sasuke is going to debut as Octagon's tag team partner. Then we're going to have another angle, because why not? And it's going to be a stable angle. Stable attack tag team backstage. So the Stunning Succuban are going to attack Paige and Deonna Purrazzo. So again, what would happen here is it would be the Stunning Succuban would attack Paige. Deonna Purrazzo would try and run in for the same, but eventually they get swarmed because it's 4 against 2. Again, just trying to drill home the fact that Paige and Deonna Purrazzo are outnumbered in this fight. And then next up, it's going to be another singles match, believe it or not. Plenty of singles matches tonight, which is unusual for me. So it's going to be Mark Andrews versus Triton. So you may remember in the last video, the dream match, Mark Andrews and Trey Miguel finally took place. Trey Miguel got the surprise win, so Mark Andrews is going to come out and say, you know, hey, I know I lost last week, blah, 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 but I want to prove I'm the better singles wrestler. I'm going to do this all on my own. I'm going to beat Triton. I want Mark Andrews' gimmick to kind of be like, I do a promo while I'm walking to the ring. I don't know, I think that could be fun. So, yeah, he says he's going to beat Triton on his own. However, he isn't going to beat Triton on his own because Triton is going to win. So a rare win for Triton. But what's going to happen here is Flash Morgan Webster, Mark Andrews' partner, is going to try and run in, but he's going to cost him the match. So, of course, when Morgan Webster runs in, the commentators come in to sell it, saying like, oh, he said he wanted to do this all by himself, and now his tag team partner's here, and blah, 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 blah. But it costs him in the end. And then, of course, Trey Miguel will run in for the save, just to keep this little TV feud going between the Skyriders and Morgan and Mandrews. Okay, next up we've got an interview, the first interview of the video, and it's going to be with Mia Yim. And she is even going to talk about Shanna. Mr. Loverman Shanna. Which you're not a man, obviously. I'm sure you get that joke. Hopefully you do. Anyway, move on. Right, so it's going to be basically what she'd do here is, so Mia Yim's gimmick at the minute is she's a bit like a debt collector, if you like. So she wanted to beat what's the fact? What's she called now? Oh yeah, was it Nicole? She wanted to beat Nicole Matthews because of course Nicole Matthews beat Mia Yim on her debut to earn her job, and now she's going after Shanna because when Shanna was world champion, Shanna beat Mia Yim to retain the title, and Mia Yim basically wants to get her win back. So that's why. So she explains that, and explains that that's why she attacked her last week. So that's building that one up. Yeah, but yeah, basically Mia Yim's gimmick is putting sort of old, as I said, collecting debts, settling old scores, if you like. Next up, a match that was booked in the last video. A tag team match player between the Juicy Product, which is JT Dunn and David Starr, and the Tribe Young Guard, which is of course Yamato and BXB Hulk. And this match is going to end in a draw because once again there's going to be interference, and this time it's going to be from the tag team champions. I can't remember if I said this match was the number one contenders match, but basically I'm trying to get over the fact that the tag division's hotting up. There's a lot of teams, and the Mighty feel like they're a marked team essentially. There's a lot of contenders. I'm trying to get that across. So yeah, just be a big schmoz at the end, and that's to build up to a match. Okay, then we're going to have an interview with someone that's not been featured for a while, certainly in this capacity, and it's going to be Mick Foley. And he's going to just basically, so what happened here is the interviewer, Charlie or Kayla, whichever one it is, would say something like, "Oh, you lost your last singles match. You're doing commentary. Are you thinking of winding down your in-ring career? What's next for Mick Foley?" And then he'd cut a great promo because he always does, and he'd say words to the effect of, "Well, I've not had a lot of luck in the singles division since I got here, and people are asking, people are questioning me how old I am, blah blah blah, but I still feel like I've got something to give, and I've just watched a great tag team match. It's a shame it got spoilt at the end, but I'm getting the tag team division's amazing at the minute, and I'm getting to feel like I want to be in that division, and but to do that I need a tag team partner. But I know something about being a tag team." So he kind of hints at, you can even drop hints that The Rock's going to turn up if he wanted to, because obviously that was his old tag team partner, or one of his old tag team partners. So he basically drops hints that he wants to form a tag team and join the ever-growing tag team division. That's the point of that interview. Now, next up, we've got an angle, so we're going to start a little bit of a whodunit, because it's going to be a mystery stalker, and it's going to be for Eli Drake. So what would happen here potentially would be, you'd see Eli Drake walking down a corridor. You'd see a shadow. On the wall, a shadowy, like a silhouette on the wall, and then Eli Drake could look to the side off the camera, say, what are you, who are you, what are you looking at? And then the camera would pan, and then there'd be nobody there. So we'd carry on walking, another shadow would appear, and he'd just say, "What do you want? If you want some, come get some." Well, we don't obviously want to say that, but instead of just lurking there, why don't you step up? And again, the camera would pan and there'd be nobody there. So then Eli Drake would just keep walking, and then you'd see a shadowy figure appear behind Eli Drake, and then the camera, the shot would cut basically. So again, hinting that somebody's got their eye on Eli Drake. Next up, simple authority angle. We're determined to trying to get 1,000 people. So hopefully booking this match, we'll try and get 1,000 people to turn up for Outrage, because Super Dragon is going to announce that on the next show it's going to be Paige teaming with Gianna Perazzo to take on the Stunning Succuban, which is of course Asuka. I think we have a problem with this one, it doesn't matter. Asuka, Kairi, and of course Io. So hopefully that will help get 1,000 people to come and watch Outrage if they know that they're going to see that match. So Super Dragon would say, I know this doesn't sound fair, but Paige and Deanna want this match, so who am I to deny them and the fans? So it's 3 against 2. So it's Stunning Succuban versus Paige and Deanna. And last up, the main event, a match that was announced ahead of time in the last video. So again, hopefully help these 1,000 people get through the door. The end of the feud between Tennille Dashwood and Barbie Hayden. And the winner is going to be, against my better judgment, it's going to be Tennille Dashwood. So Tennille Dashwood will win cleanly. I feel like maybe Barbie should win, but no, we'll go with Tennille. And it's been a good match. Let's pick that for once. Okay, so that is Warfare. Let's see what sort of rating we get. Obviously, we want to try and get 70%. We want to get 1,000 people. Can we do one or the other, or ideally both? Let's see. Well, that was a good segment. Well, it wasn't, but at least the overness went up, which is good. I might give Drew Gulak a new gimmick. I kind of want to get across that he's a bit of a submission specialist. So make Keith Lee, make people think Keith Lee's in danger if Gulak locks in a submission. So the gimmick may be linked to that. Yeah, that was a good match. It was always going to be. Oh, there we go. Oh, great. Sasuke getting 3 overness points for this debut. Excellent. So the gimmick I've given them is ninja. So, because their attire kind of looks like ninjas. So the idea of this team is basically you've got a Lucha Libre legend and a junior heavyweight legend kind of coming together. And like I said, their attire is very similar. They both wear kind of black. I don't know what that taekwondo, judo attire is called, so apologies for that. But they both kind of wear black versions of that. So I thought ninja kind of worked. I think one of Sasuke's nicknames involved the word ninja. Anyway, so yeah, so that's why it's ninja. And I'm going to give them a team name, which kind of sucks. But I've called them the Ninjas of Virtue. So basically, I'm saying they are good ninjas. So yeah. So yeah, Great Sasuke and Octagon are going to be a team going forward. Cool, that was a good segment. Okay, I wasn't expecting that to be so good. I knew it. Wow, okay. So Mark Andrews versus Trey, I think that was 93% quality. So 95%. That is quite incredible. So that's good. So I'm glad I've started this little TV feud. Seems to be going over pretty well. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that was a good match. I always think Foley's interviews always seem to let me down on here. Like, I always think like his interviews should be like 85 to 90%, and yet they're always like, you know, high 70s, not even 80 like that one. So I'm almost a little bit disappointed. Yeah, well, anyway, yeah, good segment. Always going to be, yeah, that's fine. And a decent main event. If not a good main event, actually. Better than decent. 74%, excellent show, good stuff. Only one segment lower than 70. So we'll take that as we move on. Few more emails. So Shayna Baszler's going to be on. Have we got 1,000 fans? What do you think? Place your bets now. I'm going to say no, but let's see. Let's hope so. Will the increased advertising have paid off? Oh, there's one thing I haven't checked. I haven't checked the sponsorships actually. I meant to do that. I'll do that. I'll do that in a second. So Shayna Baszler's going to be on. Jimmy Jacobs, CZW. Fuerza Guerrera, CZW. 964 people. I feel like that's gone down. I'm sure we've been in the 980s before. So the increased advertising did Jack, you know what. Right. Are these sponsors still available? Let's have a look. What was it? Dunkin' Donuts, one of them, wasn't it? Nope, there we go. They've gone. Thought they would. Let's see who they're sponsoring. Shimmer. Okay, fair enough. No problem. Like I said, we are making money, so it's not the end of the world. It doesn't really matter. Just thinking about it, actually, I'm sure... How long did House of Hardcore not have an owner? Was it like 2 days or something? Whereas, I'm sure NJPW don't have an owner. Could be wrong. Let's just have a quick look before we move on. Oh, APW don't have an owner as well. Interesting. Let's have a look. Yeah, so NJPW, they don't have an owner, and that I think he resigned a long time ago. So when that ownership does change, when somebody else comes in, we may see a bit of a cull, or a bit of a hiring spree, a little bit like what House of Hardcore did. So that'll be interesting to see what comes of that. I'm sure James Ellsworth will survive the cut though. You know, they won't. How could they function without him? So didn't realize APW though. One thing I haven't talked about, I don't think in this entire series, and I'm just going to very, 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 very quickly touch on it now, is you can buy companies out. So, for example, small. Let's just go with the smallest companies. So there's no backyard companies, right? Small companies. So, right. So the EPW are not interested. So basically, what would happen is if I can find one that will buy us out, let's just try a few more. Regional. Let's have a look. If none of these will, then I'll move on. But no, I can't see beyond. They seem to be getting bigger. I'll try them anyway, though. No. Oh, there we go. Right. Okay. So what would So wasn't expecting that. Right. So what would happen is. So you get this screen. So complete. We can see then what happens. So you're essentially spending a lot of money just to get rid of a company. So if you do the complete takeover, then we can see there titles. So basically, all the wrestlers under contract, if you do the complete takeover, all the wrestlers then will suddenly appear on your roster. So it is quite if you want to, it's quite a nifty way of signing a load of people and getting a much expanded roster. If you go for the other one, which is corporate destruction. I'm not going to do this, by the way, because I don't want to put people out of business. I have done this in the past, though, quite a few times, but I don't want to do it on this at this point. Certainly not to WoW, anyway. If you go for corporate destruction, basically, the entire roster become free agents, so they just go back into. I mean, I say free agents. Katrina would still be employed by Impact. You know, now Michi Marufuji would still be employed by NJPW and Ring of Honor. Whereas, yeah, if you do the buyout, all these people would suddenly appear on my roster. David Finlay, Nikita Lyons, Hiroyoshi Tenzan, one or two others. So, but like I said, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, it's just something to be aware of. They haven't got pictures. They need to try and sort that out. Although they're not the most famous people, so they may have gone on to. To be fair, actually, when Faith the Lioness didn't have a picture, and when I googled to get her a picture. I didn't realise it was Nikita Lyons. It was only after I went to find a picture. So maybe some of those others are now in. Maybe some of those others are now in NXT, and I just don't know. Sophia Lopez could be, for all I know, it could be. I don't know, Sol Ruka, or I don't watch NXT. So Jada Parker. I have no idea. I don't watch it. Like I said, I don't watch NXT. So anyway, let's move on quickly from that. We've got one more show to book, which is going to be taking place on the 7th of December. Which is a week prior to the day I'm recording this. No more emails, which is good. Alright, let's go with it. The latest episode of Outrage. Can we get 1,000 people? Bear in mind, we've booked the main event. People know what they're going to be seeing. They're going to be seeing the stunning Sukeban versus Paige and Diana Perazzo. But they're not going to be seeing that in the opening match. They're going to be seeing the in-ring debut of the Ninjas of Virtue. I feel like I haven't used burning in this video, which is not good. The tag division is a bit stacked at the minute, and we've added another team to it, and it's going to be the Ninjas of Virtue taking on the Totem Tower. So it's Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane, and they're going to take on Octagon and the Great Sasuke. The Ninjas of Virtue. There we go. And as it's their debut, they're going to lose. No, they are going to lose. So Alexander Wolf will pin Octagon rather than Sasuke. As it is Sasuke's debut, but it's going to be because Kongo Kong's going to run in. So we're just keeping the iron. I just want to keep the iron fists in people's consciousness. They are still a group. So Kongo Kong and the Totem Towers are still one group. Right. This next segment is going to be quite important because it's going to be Authority versus Authority confrontation. So it's Super Dragon versus Excalibur, and this will get physical for the first time. So Excalibur, Octagon to get pinned, and then you'd see Super Dragon backstage. He'd be with Excalibur and say, "Hey, Did you sign Great Sasuke? Of course you did. He's over. You know, he's over. He wears a mask and he's over 50. Of course you signed him. And look, he's just lost. Why do you keep signing people? Blah, blah, blah. So they basically get into an argument about signings. You know, when I sign Super Dragon, when I sign somebody, they actually win. They can actually contribute to the future of this company for a long time. You just sign over the hill has-beens, blah, 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 blah. And then they end up actually coming to blows for the first time. This has been a feud that's been going on all year. They've been arguing on and off. So for the first time, they actually do fight. Get physical in that segment. Next up, I drew 6 names out of a hat and stuck them in a tag team match. And I punched the microphone once again. That happens at least once a video. As does a random match. And this time, it's going to be Brian Cage. It's going to be Timothy Thatcher. And it's going to be Josh Barnett. And they're going to take on the team of Kushida. There is a purpose to this match, actually. I say it's random. It is mostly random, but there is a miniature, small, hidden purpose. Bandido and Orange Cassidy. And Brian Cage is going to pin... Actually, is it Timothy Thatcher is going to pin Kushida. And it's going to be clean. He can make him tap out or something. Right. I wonder if I can use this angle. Okay. We'll come on to... Yeah, we'll not worry about this. Right, so next up is going to be... Right, quick partner save. So it's going to be Paige saving Gianna Perazzo from Asuka and Kairi. Yeah, okay, well, that's obviously just trying to build the main event. Okay, we're going to have, for the second show in a row, another turn angle. So we've been teasing this, and it's now going to happen. So singles face turn via save. So Mark Haskins is going to save Chris Sabin from... I mean, it's going to be Pac. I'll put Real One Enzo More in brackets because he's more charismatic, so it'll get a better rating. But it would be Pac. Essentially, it'd be Pac and Real One attacking Chris Sabin. So you'd have Pac attacking Chris Sabin and then Real One on the microphone, like, hey, kick his butt, blah, 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 doing his shtick, if you like. And then Mark Haskins comes in and fends them off. So now Mark Haskins is a babyface. Oh, I forgot about this next match. I forgot about this. Right, okay, so this match would have been announced on a graphic. In fact, it would have been announced after the... So the last show... I should have said this on the last... I've got my own booking. I should have... Anyway, move on. I should have said this on the last show. So when the Juicy Products and the Tribe Vanguard went to a draw... Excalibur would have announced on commentary, right, you're going to defend the tag team titles on Outrage, and you're going to defend it in a 4-team match. So it's going to be a 4-team tag match for the tag team titles. And again, I should have said that when I was doing when I was talking through Warfare. But hey ho, I didn't. But it's going to happen, and not a TLC, so it doesn't mean elimination. So it is going to be the Tribe Vanguard, so BXB Hulk and Yamato taking on the Juicy Product, David Starr and JT Dunn, taking on NGD, who've been on a bit of a run. So again, Excalibur would have said this on commentary, like, both those teams deserve a tag title shot. We know who else deserves a title shot. NGD, they've been on a great run as well, so why not? Let's give them a shot as well. And of course, the champions are not Mia Yim. The champions are Mikey Nichols and Slapjack. Okay. Titles are on the line. The first team to go are going to be NGD. Then the next team to go are going to be Tribe Vanguard. And then the last team is going to be the Juicy Product. So the Mighty are going to retain. So we'll get rid of the 2 other heel teams, and then it's down to babyface and heel. So the Mighty retain the belts. And then Foley on commentary can, say they got lucky or something, or they can rub it in Foley's face or something. Again, teasing that Foley was going to join the tag division. So just kind of playing that up. Right, in our continued never-ending quest to get 1,000 fans through the turnstiles, we're going to book another. We're going to set up another match for the next show. Challenge for the next big event, and it's going to be Shanna challenging Mia Yim. So she's going to say, hey, you know, if you want a match with me, all you have to do is ask. Well, I'm going to ask. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm telling you. You and me on Warfare. You and me, next episode of Warfare. It's on. I don't know. Something better than I've just said. Next up, we return to the turn angle between Drew Gulak and Keith Lee. So call out for brawl. So Keith Lee calls out Drew Gulak, and they end up having the Has fight. And then more angles. I don't know I booked it like this. Anyway, doesn't matter. So again, we're going to do a similar sort of thing. So again, it's another stalker angle for Eli Drake. So again, we do it similar to how we did before with, you know, you maybe see a shadow on the wall, and then he'd turn and go, oh, this crap again? You know, who are you? You know, come on, show yourself, show your face or something. Then you could see him like run towards where he's looking at, and then the camera pans and the guy's gone or something. I don't know. And then he like starts looking around. Then Eli Drake starts looking around, and then behind him, you see like a door open, and then a head appear out the door, and then as Drake turns round, the door shuts, and then he starts walking towards the door, and he goes to the door, and then he either opens the door and there's no one in the room's empty, or he opens the door, or he can't open the door's locked, so probably the room being empty would be more effective. I mean, it's all, I suppose it'd be camera tricks, because obviously people can't materialise out, but you get the idea. So that could be fun. Actually, that'd be quite a good segment, actually, wouldn't it? Yeah, go open the door, and there's no one in the room when he gets there. Or there's maybe something on the floor that's like hints at who it is. Or an Eli Drake t-shirt like cut up or something, I don't know. Or a picture of Eli Drake with like crosses over the eyes. Something like that, I don't know. Something kind of cheesy, but you kind of get the idea. Anyway, move on to another match. And it's going to be between, this time, it's going to be Flash Morgan Webster taking on Trey Miguel. So the partners of Mark Andrews and Triton, they're going to be squaring off. And Flash Morgan Webster is going to win, and he's going to win by cheating. So no interference, but he will cheat because he's a heel. So that just kind of gets Morgan and Andrews sort of back in the fight a little bit. Right, and then the big main event, which I think I'm going to have to change, but it doesn't matter. So it's going to be a handicap match. I think this is the first time I booked a handicap match. 2-on-3. So it's Paige and Jenna Parazzo taking on... I can't put Asuka in this match, that's the problem. So it's going to be Katrina, but obviously it would be Asuka, but I can't put her in the match. The other thing I was thinking, actually, what we could do is in that segment, in that backstage fight segment with Asuka, Paige saving Diana from Asuka and Kairi, Asuka could get injured. And then so Katrina's got to dust off her wrestling gear and step in, something like that. In fact, that's probably better actually. Asuka's at ringside. Oh yeah, that's a good idea actually. Because what you could do, yeah, okay, we'll do that. Yeah, I've got an idea. Right, we'll do that. We're writing the shows as the show's going on here. Okay, so Katrina, Io, and Kairi taking on Paige and Diana. And of course, they're going to win. So we'll have... Well, we'll give Io the win because she's the champion. Io can pin Paige. But no, Diana will not pin Paige. And we'll have a run-in from Asuka. So Asuka can pretend to be injured. Asuka can pretend she got injured. But yeah, it could be a ruse. Actually, yeah, why not? Why didn't I think of this sooner? So as they're making their way to the ring, stood in a sucker band, Katrina get the microphone saying, hey, in that Asuka hurt herself earlier, so I'm gonna step in instead, and blah 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 blah. So And then obviously Paige and Deanna think, oh well, that's good. That she's only a manager. We can take her out. Then Asuka's not actually really hurt. She's pretending to, you know, yeah. You get the idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. I wish I thought of that sooner. So it would have sounded like I not just made it up on the fly, which I did. Anyway, that's the show. Let's go. Start the show, which rhymes because it's the same word. Cool. So 79%, so that's pretty good for Ninjas of Virtue in their first match together. Excellent stuff. I was hoping that was going to be a little bit better, but hey-ho. Yeah, for random match, we'll take that. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, Mark Haskins' turn didn't work very well. I think in the entire... I've been playing this game about 20 years. Probably longer, actually. And I don't think I've ever had that before. Mark Haskins turned it... I don't know if that's because of his gimmick. Or... That's... I mean, yeah, that's a problem, actually. Because I had... Okay, fair enough. We'll, Okay, we can rectify that. Hopefully, he says. I mean, he will need a new gimmick anyway. So that will help get a lot of those points back. As long as I pick the right gimmick. And it gets a positive response. So it's not the end of the world. But it still could have done with that not happening. Good, that was a good match. I was expecting that to be not that good, to be honest with you, because like I've said before, the more people in a match, the worse it seems to be. But that was pretty good. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, match at Holiday. No, it wasn't meant to be Holiday. It was meant to be next. It was meant to be like the next show. So that was wrong. Yeah, I must have picked next big event. I meant next show. So yeah, that's not taking place at Holiday. This has gone well, hasn't it? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. 85%. That's unbelievable. That's better than fine because his stats are rubbish. So I can't believe that was so good. And yeah, that was a good match. We'll take that. Well, the booking was dreadful, but the show was still good. Made quite a few mistakes there. But we've made it to the end of the video. We've not made it to 1,000 fans because, of course, we have it 967. Is that the same as we got for the last show? Was that 963? I don't know. 4 more fans came to see that. There we go. You see, Jerry, that's why we pay the big bucks. And that actually makes me feel better, actually, vindicating that choice of team, because I wasn't sure. But given, normally here though, if 2 people's stats are similar, if you put them in a team, it works out well. So that is the case there. Yep, you probably should be, buddy. Yep, we know that. And we know that. Right, so that is now the end of the booking for this video. So we're now at the 8th of December, so we're starting to build a bit of a card or a bit of an idea as to what's going to be taking place on the next December event, which is called Holiday. Although I feel like I might change that. Yeah, I may rename it because I can't move the date, but I can rename it. So if I could think of a better name. I just wanted a one word name, but that was Christmas related, and I just can't think of one. So yeah, we're starting to put a few things in place. Obviously, Keith Lee versus Drew Gulak is the obvious one that's starting to be built, but there are 1 or 2 other bits and bobs, seeds being planted as to what you will see on that event, which we will be continuing the build on in the next video. But we haven't finished this video yet, but which we're going to do right now. So if you enjoyed this video, then please like and share the video. You can also leave a comment on the video should you choose to do that. While you're here on YouTube, if you head on over to the channel, the commentator, you will find the rest of the videos in this playlist. If you want to see how I've got to this point, then please go and check that out. Also, if you like wrestling, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, I should say. If you like wrestling, twice, then please go check out my WWE Crush Hour playthrough. If you don't like wrestling, then I'm not quite sure why you're watching this video, but if that is the case, there's plenty of other content for you to enjoy, including Pokemon, including Streets of Rage, including FIFA Street, including South Park Rally, including Kirby's Dream Course, and including other games that I've not just said. But join me next time when we're moving on, continuing the build to our December show, putting some more matches in place and getting that card together. But to get to that point, for now, from me, it is sayonara.